Do you want your indoor and garden plants to be healthy and grow actively, but don't want to spend money on store-bought fertilizers? In this video, I'll tell you what natural fertilizers you can make from improvised means and how to use them correctly. Banana peel is an excellent natural fertilizer, rich in potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, and calcium. These elements are necessary for plant growth, strengthening the root system and abundant flowering. Banana peel fertilizer is especially useful for roses, violets, tomatoes, peppers, and other flowering and fruiting crops. You can use the peel in different ways. One of the simplest is to bury crushed pieces of peel in the soil next to the plant. Gradually decomposing, it will nourish the soil with useful substances. You can also make a liquid fertilizer. To do this, cut the peel of 1 or 2 bananas, pour a liter of water and leave for 24 hours. Water the plants with the resulting solution once every 2 weeks. Another way is to dry the peel, grind it into powder, and add it to the soil when replanting plants. This will help not only fertilize the soil, but also make it looser. Banana fertilizer is absolutely safe and does not contain any chemicals. With regular use, plants become strong and their leaves become bright and healthy. Yeast is an excellent natural fertilizer that stimulates plant growth and strengthens their root system. It contains B vitamins, amino acids, and minerals that activate soil bacteria and accelerate the decomposition of organic matter. This is especially useful for seedlings, weakened plants, and vegetable crops such as tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. To prepare the fertilizer, dissolve 10 grams of dry yeast in 1 liter of warm water and add 1 tablespoon of sugar. Leave the mixture to infuse for 2 to 3 HRs, then dilute with water in a ratio of 1:5 and water the plants. You can also use fresh yeast. In this case, dilute 100 grams of yeast in 5 liters of water, add a little sugar, and leave for several hours. Then dilute the resulting solution with water and use for watering. Yeast feeding accelerates root growth, strengthens plants, and makes them more resistant to diseases. However, it should not be used more than once a month, as excess yeast can deplete the soil, drawing calcium and potassium out of it. Eggshells are a natural source of calcium, which strengthens plant roots, prevents diseases, and improves soil structure. In addition to calcium, the shell contains magnesium, phosphorus, and other microelements that are useful for plant growth. You can use eggshells in different ways. One of the simplest is to grind them into powder and add them to the soil. This helps strengthen the plants and prevent acidic reactions in the soil. This method is especially useful for tomatoes, peppers, cabbage, and other vegetable crops. You can also make an infusion. To do this, pour a liter of water over the shells of 4 to 5 eggs and leave to infuse for 3 to 5 Dalton's eyes. The resulting solution is used to water the plants once every 2 weeks. Another option is to add crushed shells to the holes when planting seedlings. This will provide young plants with the necessary calcium and speed up their rooting. Eggshells are an affordable and environmentally friendly fertilizer that helps maintain the health of plants and promotes their active growth. Onion peel is a natural product that not only nourishes plants, but also protects them from pests and diseases. It contains phytoncides, microelements, and antioxidants that strengthen the plant's immunity, preventing fungal diseases and repelling insects. One of the most effective ways to use it is an onion infusion. To prepare it, 10 to 15 grams of peel are poured with a liter of boiling water and infused for 24 hours. Then the solution is filtered and used for watering or spraying plants. This infusion helps fight aphids, spider mites, and other pests. Onion peel can also be added to the soil. To do this, it is crushed and mixed with the soil when replanting plants. This improves the structure of the soil, saturates it with useful substances, and prevents the development of root rot. This product is absolutely safe. It can be used for both indoor plants and garden crops. With regular use, plants become stronger, less susceptible to disease, and grow faster. Coffee grounds are an excellent natural fertilizer that improves the structure of the soil and enriches it with nitrogen. Nitrogen is necessary for active plant growth, especially during the growing season. In addition, the grounds make the soil looser, improving aeration and water-holding properties. You can use coffee grounds in several ways. The simplest is to dry the coffee residue and mix it with the soil. This will improve the composition of the soil and gradually saturate it with nutrient. This method is especially useful for plants that prefer slightly acidic soil, such as hydrangeas, azaleas, and ferns. You can also prepare a liquid fertilizer. To do this, pour 2 tablespoons of dried grounds with a liter of water and leave for several hours. Water the plants with the resulting solution once every 2 weeks. It is important to remember that coffee grounds slightly acidify the soil, so they should not be used for plants that like neutral or alkaline soil. In moderate amounts, it helps improve the condition of the soil and makes plants stronger and healthier. Sugar is an affordable and simple product that can serve as a fertilizer for plants. It is a source of glucose, which provides plants with the energy they need to grow and develop. It is especially useful to use sugar fertilizer for weakened and transplanted plants that need to adapt to new conditions faster. You can use sugar in several ways. The easiest way is to sprinkle a small amount, a teaspoon, on the surface of the soil and then water it. During the decomposition process, the sugar will nourish the roots, promoting active growth. Another option is to prepare a sweet solution. To do this, dissolve 1 tablespoon of sugar in a liter of water and use it for watering no more than once a month. To enhance the effect, you can add a little yeast, as it helps process glucose and makes nutrition more available to plants. It is important not to overuse sugar fertilizer, as its excess can lead to the development of mold and rot in the soil. When used in moderation, sugar helps plants grow green mass faster and recover from stress. Green tea is a natural fertilizer that nourishes plants and improves the structure of the soil. The tea leaves contain potassium, magnesium, iron, and other microelements that help strengthen the root system and promote active plant growth. Green tea is especially useful for indoor flowers, such as violets, ferns, and azaleas, as well as for seedlings. There are several ways to use green tea. One of them is to brew weak tea without sugar and water the plants once every 2 weeks. This will help moisten the soil and saturate it with nutrients. Another way is to add used tea leaves to the soil. Dried tea leaves can be mixed with the soil when replanting plants, which will make the soil looser and more breathable. It is important to remember that tea contains tannins, so it should not be used too often, so as not to increase the acidity of the soil. In moderate amounts, green tea helps strengthen plants, make them more resistant to disease, and stimulate growth. Using natural fertilizers from Improvised means is a simple, safe, and economical way to maintain the health of plants. Such fertilizers not only nourish the soil with the necessary elements, but also improve its structure, making plants more resistant to diseases and pests. The main thing is to observe the measure and select fertilizer taking into account the needs of a particular plant. Regular but moderate use of natural fertilizers will help to achieve active growth, abundant flowering, and a rich harvest without the use of chemicals. Try these simple methods, and your plants will delight you with strong stems, bright leaves, and healthy roots.